Within an 11-minute time period,
he completely disappeared.
Yeah, there's another pond or two over there.
He got a lot of friends over that way, and he traveled that way many a time.
15-foot cliff right on the other side of the road.
Today we are returning for day 2 looking for Don Hightower, who went missing October 30th of 2021.
Yesterday we split up and we covered a lot of territory. Today we are going to do the same thing.
We're looking for a 2003 gold Toyota Camry, where he went missing in October. The gold matches a lot of the foliage, and so I think that we're going to take a little extra time today. If we don't find him in the water, we're going to throw some drones up in the air and see if we can just find him off in the brush a little bit. I don't know, this is one case that's definitely stumped us. We're on day 2, we're not giving up yet, so bear with us and hopefully we can find Don Hightower today.
For families who have all but given up on finding their loved ones, this team is a last hope. Civilian divers cracking cold cases for free.
So if you haven't seen our episode from yesterday, check that out. Because what we did, we searched a lot of bodies of water in the 5-mile radius of Scott. And in doing that, we have the information in Adrian and Wrightsville, where the sons actually went to those 2 surrounding locations and viewed video surveillance footage that did not show their father leaving the area. So we were really confining our search based on the fact that his car wasn't spotted on any video surveillance in the surrounding areas leaving Scott, as well as the sheriff coming down and telling us his vehicle's license plate was entered into the NCIC system, which is a federal system that's going to pick up his license plate if it's read anywhere on millions of devices. That vehicle tag hasn't been read anywhere. So we're really focusing back today, day 2, on our area around Scott, expanding it a little bit more, but also checking the ponds that we don't necessarily think that, it was easy to get into. We're not ruling anything out, so we're covering everything to leave no stone unturned. As well as Jared was saying earlier, we're going to be checking with drones too if we have to today, because we have a really good feeling that he did not leave this area whatsoever.
And really with the drones, I think that the drone search really just needs to be from Railroad Street, right here out of Scott, a mile north to his house, because that was his intention. And his family, his sister and his brother-in-law, 11 minutes behind him, because they already knew that he wasn't feeling good. Hey, Don, call us right when you get home. They knew that it was only a mile down the road. They didn't hear from him. 11 minutes later, they're seen on camera leaving their house, going north, trying to find him, and he was not at the house. So within an 11-minute time period,
he completely disappeared.
And
the sheriff and Kenny and Scott, the sons, both said that they did aerial searches in helicopters. And the slight disadvantage a helicopter has is it can only get but so low. And we're, like Jared said earlier, we're looking for a gold car. A lot of the high grass around here is gold. The leaves are at the point where they're golden and brown. So just the slightest bit of a canopy in a tree area is going to hide this car. So a drone is going to give us an advantage. It can get under a canopy if we deem there's a blind spot and search it.
What I'm looking for as I walk these ponds as well is I'm looking for any indication. Like, you have like people that come through here, they end up getting wedged and stuck, and you have like a big ditch coming in. So if a car hits it, it's really going to blow apart. So we're looking for pieces of a car, The other thing you're looking at is when the bank drops off like this too. Like, do we have any scuff marks of like a vehicle or anything scraping as it goes in?
The same.
Yeah, and I don't see any scuff marks or
Like 3 feet.
All right, on down the road. So we're back in Scott now. And so we really, like, what are we missing between his sister's house?
Where his sister's house is right here, right?
So right here on Railroad Street, his sister's house.
On Railroad Street.
Yep, Railroad Street.
Did he go straight?
Well, now if he would have gone straight and we would have made a left, they would have picked him up on, there's a recycling station right over here on Archer Pond Road.
Okay.
Kenny and Scott said that he was never picked up over there. And whether he went that direction or he would have gone this way, that recycling station is right there. You can see it right on that road. So then that leaves, as we slowly drive 1 mile to his house, we're gonna have a beaver pond and maybe like one other small pond, but there's nothing else down here.
600 feet, turn right onto Snell Street.
But it's super shallow. You can see it is, and you're just not making it through.
Yeah.
And then the way the water sets in the ground and the trees right there sticking up, you can tell it's,
It's not
maybe a foot deep.
Yeah, there's another pond or two over there.
Yeah, there's several ponds out that way. I mean, I'll be honest with you, he got a lot of friends over that way, and he traveled that way many a time.
But I mean, it sounds like he kept his word though. Like he told his sister, "I'm going home."
Oh yeah.
Call, she said, "Call me when you get home."
That's what I mean. Yeah.
All right, let's head up to that pond then.
Oh,
Y'all want to?
thank you. Uh-oh, they're all mine. Y'all can't have any. .3 feet deep. 6 feet. 6.5. 6.
All right, let's head to the south side of the Scott then. So Doug just has one more location that he wants to check out as we're coming up the Archer Pond Road yesterday by the deputy's house.
The deputy said that he did pick up a vehicle and it was moving slow. So maybe there's something we missed yesterday going out that direction.
You said there's one location though you'd like to check out?
Yeah, I don't know if it's even feasible, but you just want to mark it off the list. I'm reaching that point that burnt. Like I'm not burnt, just like discouraged and like I just we're at the point where we know if we go somewhere, it's like we're at the point. Well, if we consider that, then the whole state. You know what I mean? Yep. When you reach that point, it's hard to things just change mentally. I feel like this is the most logical thing. Like, it's the only other thing that we have is come down this road and maybe when we get to the pond, explore further in that direction. I know coming into this, you had a lot of suspicions on areas.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that we have been able to say, hey, Dad's not here.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah, that's what.
And
That's the
I don't
main
want
thing.
to. I don't want to leave if you have anywhere else in the area that you're even just halfway suspecting, because our main thing is to go on what we know, how we target an area, which we've done, and also put your thoughts and your feelings, because you guys have had more time to spend with this on your time. 3 months now almost that you guys have thought about this day in and day out. And so you've had a lot of time to work up, suspicious target areas that you're worried about. And I just want you to feel confident that we've ruled those places out as well.
Yeah, I don't have anywhere else in particular in mind that I feel a certain way about, but I know my brother, I was talking to him actually right before y'all got in here, and I think he felt really good about everything too, I mean, just some of them we caught yesterday was some that he was concerned with. Just wanting to have a second set of eyes on them, and the majority of them is probably the first time somebody's actually got a boat in there and looked at it, so
right.
We feel very good about that.
Yeah, well, after we start search this one, there's really not much else we can do in the area.
I understand that.
It's bittersweet for me, because I don't want to find your dad. I want him to be out there, and I think at this point, it's a very likelihood that could be possible.
We do hear a lot of stories from law enforcement about people wind up several states over 4, 5, 6, 7 months later and not even realize that they're missing, almost kind of like, I personally do not feel, me and my brother do not feel that some of that memory fog stuff he was having, we don't feel like it had advanced to that point.
Right.
But then again, I guess a lot of people probably feel that way, and just till something happens.
So how, like, I know you guys were close, but were you like daily involved, like
at least multiple times a week? Yeah.
Okay. So you really did have a good grip of his mental capacity.
Oh yeah. He, like I say, that's the day he went missing, man. We spent all day with him at ball games to go to and stuff. And me and my brother, we're neighbors. We live right beside each other. We live about 35 or 40 minutes from his house. So like I say, may not see him every day, but we definitely seen him multiple times a week. And especially too, a lot of times he would meet us in town for all of our youngest play different sports. And he'd meet us over at the ball fields or come by the house. For the longest time, every Friday, he would come get all 6 of his grandkids and take them to his house and want to keep them there at least Friday night and most of the day Saturday. And we'd come down and cook out and hang out together Saturday,
Awesome.
Then by Saturday night, his house would be wrecked and he'd look wore out. He'd probably ready for him to go home then, but yeah, we got to spend a lot of time with him, man. He spent a lot of time with the grandkids, so we were around him a lot. And I mean, heck, he still worked full time too. He stayed on the road a lot. He actually drove a lot for a truck, auto parts company he was working for. Say auto parts, they had a big truck parts mostly, and he traveled for them, taking parts to certain locations, companies. So he knew all the roads, and he had a pretty good state of mind, at least until the last few weeks. Who knows? Like I say, that's a mystery to everybody, but we're just very grateful that y'all were able to help us establish that at least he's not in any of them ponds near his house.
Right.
That's huge, because we really didn't know that. We had a few that they were able to check, but.
Well, man, I really do. I'm sorry that you're going through this, you and your family, but I do hope the best outcome for you.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Everything y'all done.
one last chance to get you answers today.
The gentleman up here says it's 24 feet deep.
Okay.
Which, coming in, if you see the cliff on the other side, it's 15-foot cliff right on the other side of the road. So
By chance, does he know Don?
he's familiar with Don's
Okay,
case.
but he wasn't like friends, or Don wasn't coming over here by
He
chance.
did not mention that, but he said that he was aware of his disappearance.
All right.
Well, it got down to 17 feet, but out of all the bodies of water we've searched in the last 2 days, this one has the cleanest bottom of them all. There's just nothing, not even a tire out there. The disappearance in the Don Hightower definitely remains a mystery.
I wish that we could give every family the answers that we need to bring home their lost loved ones. You know, and especially with this family, I mean, it's so fresh. They've been out on four-wheelers. They've been, ground searches. They've been still within that period of time as well, being hopeful that their dad's going to drive up the driveway.
Just 12 weeks, that it's been. And that's what's different for me. Whereas though, usually when we work these cases with families, 2 days straight, these are the hardest moments for me, is to say, there's nothing else we can do, and we haven't been able to give you the answers. But this is different, as though I hope he's still out there. I hope Mr. I hope they end up finding him. I hope somebody that's watching this says, oh wow, the gentleman down the street's a new member in our community. This is him. Yeah. And I just really hope that's the outcome that they have with this case.
Yeah. I mean, he loved his family. He loved his community. He loved, hanging out and going to the ball fields. I mean, this is a grandpa and a dad like no other, from what I picked up. I mean, the kids love him. I mean, his sons love him. It's not like, hey, we're glad that he's gone, like we've seen with some families.
Yeah. Kenny just told me the week before, he picked up all 6 of his grandkids and had them at the house, and nothing makes sense.
Well, and he takes them on these back roads. He takes them driving all the time. I mean, he was a grandpa. This is the grandpa that I want to be later on in life as well. So
it's a mystery. It's a mystery. We've never had a case where somebody is discovered missing 11 minutes into it.
Let me off the hook. I wanna run wild. Get tangled in the sheets with a lover that isn't you. 'Cause I was on my own when you were by my side. So there's no difference now, except there's nothing to hide.